Hey out there, it's Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with another Sonic Boom vlog. Okay, this episode is work in progress. Yeah. It's fine. This episode is called Just a Guy, and it starts with Sonic getting an alert that Dr. Eggman's attacking the village. So he uses his wrist communicator to call all of his friends, and they do a whole little split screen thing where everyone says, "Yes, let's go, on it, trying to destroy things." And Knuckles is like, "I'm busy." And at first, there's a little fourth wall joke as everyone actually looks past the panels they're in to yell at Knuckles through the panels. And when Knuckles refuses to go because he's hanging out with a friend, Sonic actually runs up to him, and he's actually sharing a shake with Frank, some kind of steer dude because he has like horns. The thing is, Frank wants to go on the adventure with Knuckles, and Sonic says, "But you can't come with us." And then when everyone's all indignant as why he can't go, like, "Well, no, because you're just a guy." And apparently this is some grave insult. I mean, you wouldn't ask, like, if you were having lunch with Superman and all of a sudden a giant... Damn, fruit flies. And if all of a sudden a giant asteroid started flying towards the Earth, you wouldn't ask Superman if you could ride on his back into space with him, would you? I mean, you know... You're just a guy. But this is an insult, says everyone, so Sonic goes off he drags Knuckles with him to fight Eggman off, and Knuckles and when everyone asks why Knuckles is so cross at Sonic, he says the thing about the just a guy, and everyone's like, "Oh, Sonic, how could you?" Like, even Eggman is up there like, "That's just terrible." Like this is a thing that everyone just seems to be united about. Like they all think Sonic was kind of a jerk. So public opinion in the village is that Sonic is some massive jerk that thinks he's better than everyone, and he can't even order a chili dog. "Oh, that sounds complicated. Are you sure I can make a chili dog? After all, I am just a guy." You know who I'm talking. That's Dave the Intern. Dave the Intern is becoming one of the most identifiable characters from this show. So Sonic, unable to comprehend why everyone in the village has suddenly turned against him, he is told by Amy to attend to... Because, of course, Amy is a certified counselor and she runs a sensitivity training seminar, because why not? I mean, I'm pretty sure that Amy literally does everything in the world here. So she has all of Sonic's friends, so Sticks, Knuckles, and Tails have to sit on it too. And they all have to sit in the sensitivity training, which involves things like making friendship hats or understanding hats or something. Basically, they're paper hats with cartoons that you draw of people. And you have to go to your happy place, which for Sonic is relaxing in a hammock. That actually kind of reminds me of his Sonic X appearance, where he had two modes, napping and heroing. Tails likes to pretend he's in the Tails Sky Patrol video game and flies to the air. You know, the fact that Tails can fly is so downplayed in this series. You know, Sticks likes to smash things. Like she's covered in war paint and she's fighting robots. That's what you get for teaming up with alien overlords. And Comedy Chimp, who was somehow sitting in on the thing and was sitting next to Sticks, like, scooches over. I don't think we get to see Knuckles' happy place. Yeah. So Sonic goes to the sensitivity thing, and he goes to apologize to Frank and says that he's sorry that he called him just a guy, and that he's obviously very skilled, and if he wants, he can come with them on the next battle to Eggman, so the guy's like, "Cool, when do we go?" "Well, there has to be an attack." "Now?" "No, we have to wait for it." "Now?" go to your happy place, Sonic. So he retreats to the hammock world, and then oh, what's this? A happy place? It looks nice. Are we gonna go to the battle now? Ugh. So then he retreats to a white void. Like, oh, what's this? An even happier place? Like, and at this point, I'm pretty sure Sonic is about to strangle the guy when all of a sudden there's an alert. Like, ah. So the alarm goes off, and Sonic wakes up in the hammock, and then Sonic wakes up at Madburger, and then Sonic wakes up, and it's a guy in a Sonic costume throwing out the trash. All of the what? That's like, what? Like, the costume was so weird. It was so weird looking. And the guy's like, oh, sorry. He just throws the trash. And then we go back to the regular Sonic, like, what has been seen cannot be unseen. I mean, remember how I said it was charming when they would occasionally stick hand-drawn in stuff with the CGI? Well, this time they put freaking live action in, and that was just weird and creepy and disturbing. Alright, so Sonic says, okay, Eggman's attacking, let's go. Maybe later. So Sonic grabs him and takes him out to the battlefield, and the guy, you know, he's not a superhero, so he doesn't actually fight. He just throws down a picnic blanket and lies down on it when Cubot falls from the Eggmobile and breaks his leg. So Sonic is pushing the guy through the village on the wheelchair when everyone's like, how could you take an ordinary citizen into a battle like that? He's just a guy. And it sounds like, oh, what the? No, the only reason I took him into battle was because you people told me that it was wrong to exclude him. Like, because apparently now referring to the villages as you people, like, so he's back in the sensitivity training, and he's like, you know what, I have had it. When I refer to, I am sick and tired of all these ingrates who get offended when I refer to guys as guys, or people as people, despite the fact that I save their lives every week. I quit heroing! You're always gonna have some kind of fiction where a superhero quits his superheroing, and then there's but this time I think it's the first time we've actually seen a guy rage quit. I rage quit heroing because you guys are ingrates. I mean, like, part of the whole idea behind being a superhero is that you're not supposed to expect heroing. Yeah. You know, sir, expect praise. I guess it's one thing to not get gratitude, but it's another thing entirely to get contempt instead. So, I gotta take Sonic's place because this episode really made me want to punch everyone in the face. Punch everyone. Alright, so Sonic rage quits, and the Lightning Bolt Society, remember those guys? They overhear, and they decide that now that Sonic's retired from heroing, they can take over. But then, wait, didn't we do this before? No, that was when Eggman retired from villainy. Now, Sonic's retired from heroism, so it's a totally different thing. One more jab at the fourth wall. A little one, not as big as last week's episode. With Sonic not doing the heroing thing, they're going around causing all kinds of petty problems. Like I like a Madburger with tomatoes on the side. He puts the tomatoes on it. Or taking a juice box and pouring it into a cup. Like, there was already a juice container. Why are you dirtying the glass? I'm gonna call that Rotor's mom because she's the female walrus. Yeah, and they're just going around causing general anarchy, which really doesn't mount up to anything more than pranks. They're pulling some pranks. It's no big deal. So when the people in the village confront Sonic saying that he needs to take out the Lightning Bolt Society, says, "Oh please, I've eaten burritos more dangerous than the Lightning Bolt Society. There's no problem there." And then the Lightning Bolt Society, they see a fence that's trying to dictate where they can and can't go, so they use bolt cutters to cut the fence, and they go inside, and it's a sheep range. So they rile up the sheep and make them start stampeding through the town. I'm reminded of the episode of My Little Pony with the stampeding bunnies. Because, I mean, sheep are pretty non-threatening creatures, especially because these are all adorable little lambs, not like frightening goats with horns. They're just regular sheep. So Sonic goes to Sonic. So when Sonic sees that there's a stampede, he's like, "All right, fine." It's nice to see that Sonic, he stuck to his guns when they asked for his help, but when there was when actual threat attacked the village, he went right back to it. Oh, by the way, everyone else went out on a little camping trip, a sensitivity training camping seminar. So they all left. So all the heroes and Comedy Chimp are out on a camping trip. Sonic's lounging, and that's why the Lightning Bolt Society decides to make their attacks, because there's literally no justice protectors in the town anymore. And again, we pointed out the police force is completely useless except for enforcing banishments. So Sonic helps the people in the town, there's that walrus lady, her baby gets launched into the air when one of the things launches by, and Sonic saves the baby, and he helps prevent the general mayhem. But this is when Eggman chooses to attack. When he saw that there was no justice providers and the Lightning Bolt Society was making trouble, he said, "I'm going to bide my time and find the perfect moment to strike." So they do that. They bide their time and find the perfect moment to strike. And when Sonic's distracted helping to prevent the stampede, that's when he goes in for the attack. With his Eggmobile, which has a big old grabby hand, it's going to grab Sonic. That's when Frank, he sees Eggman coming in, and he says, "Sonic, look out! Eggman's behind you!" So with that alert, Sonic is able to dodge the hand and then distract the lambs. To get away from the claw, so that it grabs lambs instead. So he runs away as the hand thing picks up all the lambs and puts them in the egg pod, and he's like, I can't see, what's going on?" So he gets everything back to the enclosure, and he uses his super speed to friction weld the fence shut. Yeah, there's on superdickery.com with stupid superpowers. They have Superman welding a cage together by rubbing the pieces of metal so quickly that they flash melt, and there's a caption that says, "Gee, using the power of friction alone to weld steel sounds like a tedious and difficult task. If only there was something that Superman could do to melt metal, just by looking at it or something. Some kind of heat vision, as you will. Yeah, but in Sonic's case, he doesn't have heat vision. So the fact that he uses super friction to weld a fence shut, that's a legitimate ability for him. So when Amy and everyone else comes back from the camping trip, that she said it was part of her plan all along to leave the village defenseless so that he would go back to heroing. And Sonic's like, "Yeah, right. As happy as I am that you all took partial credit for my heroism, the one who actually deserves my gratitude is Frank. He totally came through for me." And then all the villagers are trying to tell the Lightning Bolt Society that they're not all that good at villainy, and they're like, "Oh, I'm getting this from all of you people?" And so we go back to the sensitivity training, but this time it's the Lightning Bolt Society attending it. This episode, technically well composed. It told its story well. It was, it was good, as well as it was composed. Personally, I found it completely infuriating. This is one of those everyone in the village is a complete and utter douche episodes. Yeah, your average citizenry is a complete douche. Why does this guy bother to save their lives, kind of thing. Like, the kind of thing where Sonic is a hero. He has dedicated his life to protecting others with no real reward. And these guys are so frustrating to him that he rage quits on them. That's Sonic rejecting them. Imagine what one of you guys would have done if confronted with people like this. Like I said, this made me want to punch people in the face. I wanted to punch everyone in the face. Ah. Gee, I would so just love to run around the streets of the city and just punch every random person I meet in the face until this rage is quieted within me. But I'm not a complete and utter douche, so I don't do that. So yeah, like, the episode, technically well composed. If you like this kind of humor, it's good for you. Personally, I found it infuriating, but that's not an indictment on the episode being bad. That's just an indictment on me finding it annoying this time. Alright, so that has been it for today's Wake Angel 2001 Sonic Boom vlog. And, let's get to uploading this, because with my internet speed, it'll probably be up by later tonight. Alright.